mono wild ramp. Best of 3, so at this point I really wouldn't have a problem just losing. Looks like he's playing some sort of Ruby deck. This seems just fine to me. We got turn 2 Sensei, turn 3 Crash or Chlorophyllia, depending on the board state. If the board state is fast, then we'll play Crash. If it's slow, then we'll play Chlorophyllia. Seems pretty good. I don't even know if I have video. I do have video. You can see my face. Sometimes that doesn't come up right away. We're going to keep this, of course. So it seems pretty good. He's got the first turn as an aggro deck. That's probably pretty good for him. We'll see if he has a turn 1 drop here. Turn 1 drop. No turn 1 drop for him, so that's already pretty good for me. Unless he's going to do something in second main phase. No. Okay. No turn 1 drop for me either. No mana dork, but that's fine. 2 Senseis seems pretty good to try to stabilize my board state right off the bat versus someone that's playing aggro. If I draw into Fist, that would be really good versus this matchup because he has no good answers in Ruby for Fist. Okay, looks like he's got some wild going on too. He's playing the Gas Troll, which has recently been fixed, is what I've been told. So we'll see how out of hand Gas Troll can get here. I'm guessing he just drew into that Gas Troll, otherwise he would have played it in his first main phase, or he drew into the Wild Shard. One of those two things just happened. Okay, play our Sensei here. Okay, that cantrips us in. So I feel like we're fast enough right now that we can play our Chlorophyllia without any problems and not have to worry too much about it. So next turn we'll probably Chlorophyllia, take some damage, and then we've got Crash Abyss and Wild Lord. Okay, he's got a Veteran Gladiator, so that's going to be somewhat problematic, so we might actually have to play Crash Abyss here. So 2/2 Gas Troll, taking 2 here. It's lucky that he got his threshold right away like that he didn't stifle. Everyone knows that I tried playing a similar deck to this. Of course, Gas Troll was banned during the last tournament because he was still bugged. Of course, he does make the deck a lot better, for sure. So let's see here. Prep phase. Another Crash Abyss. So that seems really good in this board state right now. So, yeah, Crash Abyss is what's going to happen here. No real reason to play Chlorophyllia as he's being so aggressive. So we have a second Crash Abyss to come down in the following turn. No real reason to attack in. I'm the defender, he's the attacker. Next turn I can actually hold and play Wild Aura in response to his attack. Surprise him with a Wild Aura if I wanted to, but of course he's going to make it so my Rhino can't block, so I'm taking 5 here anyways. Looks like my stream is coming up here, it's going live, so that looks pretty good. Okay, so he's going to gain some more resources. Cast something here. Playing a Wildeboar. Okay, so he's playing 2 Wildeboars, so I'm probably going to have to block off one of the Wildeboars with Sensei here. Just to absorb some damage there, and that seems just fine, because the Sensei is really not going to trade very well with these anyways, so. Yeah, we're going to block off one of the Wildeboars here. I can't block with the Rhino, so I'll block as much damage as I can here, because I kind of need to just hold on to my board state. He's down to 1 card, so I have card advantage now, so I just need to hold on to my board state. So at this point in time, my life is pretty important because of the amount of damage that's coming through. It's taking me all the way down to 8. It's a lot. I have to play another Crash here. Yeah, those Wildeboars just go right back into the deck. But next time they come out with a lot more damage. So puts him down to 1 card though, so hopefully he'll stall out here, and Crash Abyss will help me get there. So I can gain some life here, which I will definitely do, which I definitely needed. Play another Crash. It's got to be a little bit demoralizing for him there. Pass the turn back again, because there's no reason for me to attack in. He's too far away. Because he's going to make it so one of my rhinos can't block anyways, and then I can block his veteran gladiator off, trading off his veteran. He's played no burn spells so far. He's got 2 cards in hand, 3 resources. He's got no... So far there's no Wild Root Dancer, so that's a good thing for me, but I'm guessing he's probably playing Wild Root Dancer in this type of deck. I'm guessing he's not going to attack with a Gas Troll because I'll double block it. Oh, he is. Okay. I mean, he's got a pump spell in hand. So that guy can't block. So I feel the best play here is actually double blocking. Let's see. Yeah, we got a double block actually here because he probably has Ruby Aura in hand. So what's worst for me? Probably Veteran Gladiator. So we're gonna double block the Veteran. So even if he plays the Ruby Aura here, he's still it's a trade. It's a trade anyways. So yeah, I'm taking 3 and then I have more stuff to block him. I have 2 blockers for his Gas Troll in the following turn. Yeah, I figured he had Ruby Aura, but that's really a bad play here anyways. He kills one of my rhinos, I kill him back. Doesn't really matter. Gas Troll gets a little bit bigger. Okay, he should have played it on the Gas Troll is probably what should have happened because it doesn't change anything at this board state here. Because basically he kills my rhino and then I kill him back. I deal at 3 points of damage back to him. So, really doesn't matter there. So that was actually a misplay on his part. So now I have stabilized my board state, hopefully. Another Crash of Beast seems really good for me here. So I just basically sit on this. And play another Sensei. I can actually probably attack with 1 rhino safely here. Because I don't think he can get rid of that rhino, so... Funny thing is I've got 6 resources now in play with Chlorophyllia, so... It doesn't give him first strike, it just gives him +2, or +3, I guess, to the front end. So, cost him 5, he can't play his champion ability just yet. Lots and lots of rhinos in play. I was really lucky to top deck all those Crash of Beasts. So he didn't give his guy, he doesn't really have a good attack to make here, so kind of at a standstill. So now I can actually attack in and Wild Aura one of my rhinos if he blocks. Which would not be advisable for him, but we'll see if he takes the bait here. We'll just attack him with 1 rhino and see what happens. He's got 1 card in hand. I mean, he could have a burn to respond with, and then that's a trade, but I don't think he's going to block this. He shouldn't block it. Should see the obvious bait here that I have. I mean, I could pump with anything. Yeah, he's gonna, okay, he'll take it. Okay. So that seems pretty good right there for me right now. He's got 1 card in hand, he still has that enough. Okay. So took over that Gas Troll. Next turn I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of damage coming at him if he has an open board state, so that'll be game there. Okay, he's got a Gore Seeker. Does it have haste? It does not. It's a Swift Strike and a 3/2. Okay, and that seems pretty good. So now I can just swing in with my 5/5 with Trample, and this thing can't really do very much about it. Okay, he's going to make him a little bit bigger. Okay, well now I can't attack in, but I can double block him if he attacks, so, or triple block him. So depends what I feel like. Actually, I'd probably, if he were attacking, I'd chump block him and I would just return the damage. Wild Root Dancer seems really good here, so we'll go ahead and actually we'll pump our 5/5 Rhino with Crush. He has basically nothing else in hand, so he can't make this block now. If he were to attack, I'd just chump block him with Sensei. So even if he has the card, if he could top deck the card that makes it so two of my guys can't block, that really won't help him either. If he were to top deck, I'm not sure what else he could top deck here. He could top deck Burn to the Ground, and that deals 4 points of damage to me. He could top deck some burn cards. Kind of needs to deal with my Root Dancer now. It's a really big Rhino. I mean, this is basically a Fist of Briggadon, except it's not indestructible. Howling Brave's kind of, might as well just hold on to it here. Alright, so I don't think he's got no cards in hand. He's been playing every resource, so just swing in for the wins here. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Yeah, because he can only block one guy. That's 7, 8, 9, 10 right there. So I'll just swing with all the rhinos. It leaves 2 blockers up in case something crazy were to happen. But he doesn't have any cards in hand, so stabilize my board state. That's pretty much all that happened there. And he took a bad block on that troll. I felt like that was a poor decision on his part. Gas troll. Gas troll got pretty big though. He got respectable. I definitely respect gas troll still. Alright, so we're going to game 2 here. So playing the same game. Challenge. We'll go ahead and play with the mono ramp. So if I were to top deck a slow hand or something, or if I have to mulligan, this could be really bad for me. We'll see what happens. Crash again. We don't have our third resource. We have Chlorophyllia. Chlorophyllia is pretty bad for us. I kind of still like this hand because I've got the crash though. 2 blockers early. I mean, the thing is, if I were to mull this, I'm going to go ahead and stay with this. If I were to mull this, there's a pretty good chance I could top deck like 6 drops and not be able to play them. So I have mildly playable hand right now. Drop that draw. There's that. A turn 1 gas troll is really good for him, so. Yeah, the draw probably could kill me here, but I mean, going down to 6 in this deck is pretty bad. I'm drawing resources. There we go. There's that third resource I needed. So got kind of lucky there. That was pretty lucky. Running 24 resources in the deck. Well, there's that turn 1 Howling Brave that we needed. You know, it's only 2 turns behind, or a turn behind. Technically 2, because I won't be able to play it till the next turn, but Crash the Beast will be the first thing that I'll play there, just to block off things. We'll see how bad this explosion gets again, so that seems pretty good. And if he's got one of those beastie thingies. Veteran Gladiator, really good. Turn 2 Veteran is pretty darn good. Let's see. Yeah, my board state stabilization was pretty crazy in the last game, so take 3 here. Another shard, okay. So we gotta throw in Crash here. This is like almost exactly the same game. I got the 2 Chlorophyllias in hand. Yeah, Secret Lab's not going to help very much in this matchup. That would have gotten, this would get sided out in this matchup, and I would actually be playing with the 2/3 whatever they're called, witches. Those witches that you gain 2 life, 3 life when they come into play. Another veteran gladiator might be too much for me. That's probably going to be too much for me. It's lucky that he hasn't been stifled on resources yet. That's crazy that hasn't happened. So yeah, 7 damage is quite a bit. I'm gonna make it so my Rhino can't block here, so I'm taking 7 now. Yeah, I really need to draw another Rhino card here. That's pretty much it. Well, even another Crash the Beast won't matter that much. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we'll see how much it matters, I guess. Crash again. It's got to be a little bit demoralizing on his side of the table. Gain my life. So actually what we'll probably play in the next turn is Secret Lab, because we really need to draw more stuff to stop him. So nothing to do here. So the blocks are probably going to go, I'm probably going to take the Gas Troll and try to block off both these veteran gladiators. They have to attack anyways, so they're going to make it so 2 of my Rhinos won't be able to block. I'll probably block one of them. I don't know, it depends. If I think he has, it depends on what he does in his first main phase, but I'm guessing he probably has whatever it's called again. So I'm probably actually going to have to throw a Rhino and both of my Dorks at one of these gladiators to kill it and take another 7 here, going to 8. Wrathseeker, okay. Another Gas Troll. Actually, I should shut off my screen. I'm seeing what people are saying like from 5 minutes ago. My screen's off now. Yeah, so I'm still making the same play. Well, let's see. He basically emptied out his pool, so that actually allows me to kill both of his veteran gladiators. That was another play mistake. He should have played this guy in the second main phase. It made me think he had the Ruby Ore. So now I can actually kill both his veteran gladiators, which is really good for me here. Yeah, see, that's really bad. So we'll go ahead and trade there. Let's throw that there and that there. Take 5. That's really bad. He could have played that a lot better. That was kind of a big misplay on his part. He should have waited to play his... this is why we play things in the second main phase. Because that Wrathseeker, there's no reason for him to... he doesn't affect the combat at all. And that puts me in a really good spot here. Let's see what we top deck here. There's Fist, so we're actually going to play Chlorophyllia, so we'll be able to play Fist on the following turn. He's only a blocker for 1 turn, so... he might still have... whatever it's called... he might still have... I'm still thinking there's a chance he has Ruby Ore, although he probably doesn't. I don't know. We'll see how he attacks in this following turn. He should attack with a Gas Troll at least. If he attacks with a Wrathseeker, that's a trade. So I'll probably take another 5 from this Gas Troll. Try to save my blocker as long as possible here. Fist will be a blocker for only 1 turn though, so that I kind of need something else. I need to draw into another creature right after I draw play the Fist, because he's so far ahead right now. I'm going to end up taking the 5. He might not attack at all though. He may not want to lose his guys. Another Wrathseeker, okay. So now I know that he can't play. Okay, so he's a 6/6. I know that he can't play Ruby Ore because he played this guy in his main phase for some reason. So now I feel a lot better actually about blocking gas, double blocking gas troll, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, again, you gotta play stuff in your second main phase, especially when you're playing some sort of tricks and you've already shown me your tricks. You got to. So I'll take 3 here. And that's pretty good to me, even though I lose both of my rhinos. Fist will block for 1 turn for me. So I need to draw more bodies, so I actually need to play a Secret Lab as well. So we'll play the Fist here. No, this is fine, yeah, because if I draw a bad card I don't want, I can always Secret Lab it away here. So I'm only running 1 in the deck, I think, now. So we'll see if that helps get me there where I need to go. He shouldn't, I don't think he'll attack in, at least he shouldn't attack in here, because I just simply block one of his guys and he only gets 3 damage in then. I'll block his 5-1 guy. Okay, so another Will to Bore here. So he's going to get aggressive, so I'm going to end up taking 7 no matter what. So that's, yeah, that is a good game. Yep. Well, actually, no, that takes me to 6. No, that's right, yeah, because 6, yeah, yep, that was pretty fast of him. So we'll see what game 3 looks like here in a minute. Yeah, I can't stop the damage because he's got too much coming. So again, here we see where Fist is not so good. So that's the most damage I can block, and I still take 7. Okay. Go to a game 3 here. Alright, well, we'll see how this goes. I don't know. Go check the dishwasher. He doesn't really have any burn in the deck. Unfortunately, I'm only got 3 Wild Shards. I have to keep this hand. Hopefully we can get things out of range. We can get like a Sensei out of range with the 2 Root Dancers. That should be helpful. Luckily, I'm going first. That helps out as well. I did just lose the last match. So turn 2 Sensei is somewhat helpful. Let's see if he's got his turn 1 drop. He's got 7 cards in hand, so I'm guessing he has a pretty good hand. He's gotten very lucky with his threshold, I must say. So no turn 1 drop because he did a Ruby resource to start out with. Playing a dual resource deck, I would expect it to falter eventually. Play the Sensei here. However, that hasn't been the case in the last 2 games. So Root Dancer can, yeah, make Sensei really big here. More than a match. And actually I can get a little bit offensive, maybe. We'll see what happens. So far I haven't seen a single piece of removal out of his deck, so these Root Dancers should be pretty safe. At least I'm thinking so. Okay, still no plays for him, so that's really bad at this point in the game. So we're not going to play our Root Dancer here. We'll play it next turn, and we'll play our Howling Brave here. So we're going to play our Wild Shard. We really couldn't have buffed anything anyways. Go to our attack step, swing in. Pass priority. There is a chance that he's playing with, what do you call it, the sweep. And if he is, I might get blown out here, but I haven't seen it in the last 2 games, and I feel like that would be really anti-productive, especially when he's playing those gladiators. So if he's playing Heat Wave, which deals 2 damage to all creatures, I would be very surprised. That just seems very clunky to me for him to be playing that card. Still no plays from him. This is somewhat surprising, given the resource curve of his deck, I would think. So we'll go ahead and play our Root Dancer here, because this will affect combat. Play our Wild Shard to buff the Sensei. We'll play a Howling Brave in our second main phase, which we have plenty of resources for, and then we'll go and swing in here for 4. Okay, second main phase, play the Howling Brave. Actually, we can also gain our 5 health and go up to 25. So go ahead and do that as well. Just getting further out of range here. Next turn, we've got another Wild Root Dancer to spread the wealth around. We'll counter buff our Wild Root Dancers just in case he has some sort of removal that I haven't seen yet for some reason. So each Root Dancer will buff the other ones. I'm going to lose out on a little bit of damage, but I don't feel too bad about that. Making sure that these guys are protected is kind of important. Okay, still no plays out of him. I'm not sure what he's doing here. Prep phase. Moving in. Another Crash of Beast. Wow, that's really good. So we're going to not play the Wild Shard before we play this Root Dancer. That was kind of close. I almost made a play mistake there. That would have been a rather annoying large play mistake here. And we will play a Wild Shard. And this guy will buff that guy. And that guy will buff this guy. And we have 2 resources. I'm going to have to hold one of my dorks back so that way I can cast Crash of Beast in my second main phase. I could play a Wild Aura here, but I'd rather hold it for the Trixies. What is he saying? I managed to pull a third of my resources out of 10 cards. Oh, he got flooded. Some knights are not your knight. Attack step, we're going to go ahead and swing in here. And second main phase, we'll play a Crash of Beast. I wonder what his opening hand's like. I guess he just kept all resources. He kept a flood. He probably really shouldn't, especially because his resource curve is so small. He can probably win games with 5 cards in hand, no problem. With a deck that's like that, but at the same time, that's one of the things I was really kind of wondering about with his deck, because the other thing is if he's running Shards of Fate, it kind of slows the whole deck down too. So at this point, I'm just so far ahead that I don't think he can come back. No matter what he top decks, he can't make it. He can't make a comeback. So it's unfortunate. Some games are just like this, and this is why it is that we talk about how it is that a lot of people in the card game realm, like when you have a 60% on an Ashy Harpy, kind of late on that. If you have a 60% or above win to loss ratio, you're actually a pretty good card player. If you have below that, you're probably making a lot of play mistakes. If you have below 50% or below 40% especially, I would say you're making a lot of poor deck decisions, and you're probably making a lot of poor card choices. So yeah, really late on that Ash Harpy. I'm surprised he's playing with that in the deck, honestly, because his curve just seems so low. And maybe that was one of his cards in his opening hand, and he figured he would draw into the lower drops. So I feel like this is mostly a case of a bad mulligan, because he didn't mull his 7 card hand. So we'll go attack step here and just swing in. Oh, there's a Fist. I guess just to add insult to injury, I'll go ahead and play the Fist here. Yeah, a little late. Doesn't really. He can come underneath it really, really easily, but there's a very good chance that wasn't going to happen in this matchup. So good games, Cryos. Yeah, we finally got to play. It's been... This tournament started on Sunday. It's now Wednesday.